Hey Z, how you doing? Good to see you.
Thank you.
Yeah, so I'm just want to first off, just what the first 2 days. I know you've been here for workouts as well, but what's the difference between the first 2 days and what you experienced before that, and then also just looking ahead, is this one of the biggest tests of your career?
Well, I think that before the camp started, we had a few guys skating together. We kept pretty much the same routine as we having right now. We were skating in the mornings, and we were doing some post practice workouts. I think it's obviously much more exciting when you have the whole team together finally and doing practicing together and going through the drills and system that we haven't probably have a chance to do it in such a big group as since March. So that's definitely something that we all look forward to, and definitely it's something new for all of us. So it's gonna be interesting, and we have to make some adjustments, and probably as we go. So we will see how it's all gonna be in Toronto.
Thanks, Steve. We'll go next to Andrew Knoll. Andrew, you can try to unmute yourself.
Can you hear me okay?
Yep, go ahead.
Yeah, hi Z. I've got two questions for you. Hopefully it'll be pretty quick. I know the situation has been difficult for every player, but it's a little different for a guy maybe in his 20s on a middle of the pack team, as opposed to somebody with your experience level and a really strong shot at the cup. Can you kind of take us through your emotional ups and downs through the process of play being suspended and now the return to play, and also as a leader, how have you approached these circumstances, communicating with the rest of the team?
Yeah, I think these are the circumstances I think I talked about a few months ago. It's something that just I think hit all of us by surprise, and I think we understand that the health and safety was the priority for all of us. So I think that we all had to accept the situation we were facing, and it was something that slowly we all got used to it, and I think we just got to continue to make sure that we keep a safe environment for us and for our friends, families, everybody around us as much as possible. And so hopefully, there's gonna be a day that we're gonna be all kind of clear to go back to absolutely normal lives as we lived before. But I think that so far everybody's trying their best to come up with the best solutions and best ways to keep everybody safe. I think that this is definitely, like I said, a test for many of us in many ways. We just gotta, like I said, to try to work with the health department, with people who are trying to find the best solutions, and I think everybody has to take some responsibility to do whatever it takes to get past this pandemic.
I guess in the first day, we saw positive tests, players held out, players in quarantine, all that sort of thing. I mean, obviously you guys are used to players being in and out of the lineup, injuries, that sort of, but these are, unique circumstances even for hockey. I mean, is there any sense of, I guess, uneasiness as you go forward and head into real competition with these kind of, strange circumstances?
Well, I think that, it's something that players who did opt out, there was definitely a legit reason, and I think we all have to respect their decisions. Even if there would be a player who just feel kind of uneasy or uncomfortable to go on, we just gotta accept that and respect their decisions. They have the right to do that. So Yeah, I think that you can't be looking at it, in a negative way. And these are just the things that you have to, like I said, you have to kind of be open that there is gonna be some maybe not quite exactly comfortable situations. So yeah, you just gotta be prepared for that.
Thanks, Steve. We'll go next to Matt Porter. Go ahead, Matt.
Hey, Zdeno. Curious to how you feel after the second day, and with this being such a unique situation, returning to play after 120 days off, something like that. How does that change your normal process of knowing how you feel? You're kind of checking, what aches, what hurts or what feels good. Does that change at all for you?
I didn't quite hear clearly the question, but the whole question. But I think that you asked about the first 2 days and how I felt and how we gonna, kind of proceed further. I think, but the first 2 days were good. We had a good practices, high tempo. We went through the usual drills that we go back to from obviously the time we were in the season. I thought that the practices had good speed, good tempo, good quality, and I think that Ola is going to approach this phase as a not quite as a training camp, but more as a return to the play. And I think every day we're going to manage the workload, and I think the coaches and trainers are doing a great job to communicating and going back and forth what's the best for the group, and based on that they will make the best decision.
Are you where you thought you might be physically? Do you feel as good as you think you might?
I'm sorry, I can't hear you. Something about how I feel.
The question was, how are you feeling currently physically? Is that right, Matt?
Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah, I feel good. I think that most of us we were active. We stay in shape. I think we have a obviously good responsible group in here, and I think everybody took it seriously. And I think it showed first 2 days that like I said, the tempo and the speed of those first 2 practices were pretty good.
Time for a couple more. We'll go next to Jason Scales. Go ahead, Jason.
Yep. Earlier in the pandemic, both Brendan Carlo and Torrey Krug mentioned how you had reached out to them. How did that continue throughout the pandemic? Did you reach out to the defensive core and stay in touch with everybody?
Yeah. We started as a smaller group, talking, and then we expanded, and then we decided to kind of whether through the NHLPA meetings, or we just kind of we were informed obviously through our players reps, and then we were staying connected basically throughout the whole pandemic as a team.
Thanks, Steve. We'll take our final question from Gary Santaniello. Gary, you can go ahead and unmute yourself.
Okay. Hi, Zdeno. I know the team isn't a fan of having to go through the round robin, but going into the round robin and the cup playoffs beyond that, what do you think you have as a team going for you going into this cup run?
Well, I think that we just gotta again make some, you have to be open-minded as far as the return to play schedule and the games played. I think every team is gonna go through it same way. Some teams gonna have to obviously go through the preliminary round of best of 5. I think that you won't find perfect solution that's gonna be perfect for every team. But we basically approach it we have a chance. That's what we have.